Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video because I'm having a little bit of a rough time. I had FFA officer interviews the other day, and for those of you that know, it's my first year in the FFA, and I've become extremely dedicated and given a lot of my time and changed a lot for this program and become very dedicated. And after FFA officer interviews, I found that I did not get a spot. It's hard for me to explain in detail to you guys why I didn't get a spot without making this video too long and straying away from the point. So if you want to hear me talk about why, I'll post a link right here, right now, where you guys can go watch, and I'll post a link in the description too. Cause I just figure you guys deserve to know. Um, some things in small towns never change, and I just wanted to show you guys that. So, check it out. And then what I'd like to do now is just compose a little slideshow for you about, that has how I first got involved in the FFA, and you can see how much I sacrificed, and I don't know, I just want you guys to see it. I'll narrate throughout the thing, and I'll have a little bit of music in there, and hopefully we'll have some fun. Okay, here we go. This was the first time I went soil judging. It was the first CDE, career development event, that I did within the FFA. You'll see right there that I was judging the slope, and that's my best friend Eric to the right of me. And then in the next picture, you'll see me standing around. This was the first time that I had been on a farm, and I jumped in the soil pit in order to judge the soil appropriately in my new tennis shoes. My dad was a little upset, but I got right in the dirt and I did it, and I was the only girl who did. I might have even been the only girl out there who really did anything, and I was kind of proud of myself. So that was the first experience I really had an egg. And then what ended up happening is my best friend and I, who had never soil judged or grew up on a farm or anything, ended up placing first and second, I think, in the county. So that was really exciting. And we advanced to districts, and this is a picture of me soil judging at districts where I didn't do too horrible, but it was really exciting to see me do really well at something I'd never done until then. So that's how I first started getting more active in the FFA, because people noticed how good I could be at something right off the bat in soil judging, and they hoped I would be in other CDEs as well. And then these pictures are at a banquet in which we were recognized for our accomplishments in soil judging. The first one is me with a prize I received, which were heavy-duty bikes. It was really funny, and it was a great night, and we all had a lot of fun, and we got to see our state president, who was actually a graduate of our high school, and she got to speak, so that was cool. And then it's a picture of our urban soil judging team who advanced to districts. Eric and Morgan and Helen and me. And then in the final picture, you'll see our state president, and then the urban and the rural judges and our ag advisors. So that was a real exciting night, and it was great to get recognized. And it was our first award, my first award, that was put in the hallway. So that was exciting too. Then you'll see a picture of me at a typical FFA meeting, which happens every Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month. We're just socializing, and that day we happened to have pizza. It was really fun. They're always fun. I think I attended everyone except for like one. And then we have a picture of me working the loin dinner, which is to benefit our FFA chapter in the fall during football season, with my friend Ashley in the middle, and then Tom on the left. That was really, really fun. I actually enjoyed working. Another reason I did a job, I actually like working. So, then I just got more involved with simple stuff as I was waiting for more CDs to start up that I might be interested in. And what do you know, another CD came up, one called Parley Pro, which is basically the practice of an official business meeting, which is what we practice at like our normal FFA meetings, except for it's a competition where all ages and, levels in the FFA can compete. And we actually ended up getting first place at our county competition. And then I think we got first or second, I don't remember. I feel like it was first at our sub-district competition. And then that last, these last two pictures you see are pictures of us at our district competition, which is normally the last level for Parley Pro, so we did really well. And we actually got like fifth, which wasn't fantastic, but there was actually state that year, and we didn't advance to it, and it sucked a lot because we were used to winning, and it was unfortunate. But it was great. Like that, I got to experience teamwork like no other. Like we practiced in the mornings at 6:30, and it was really difficult for me because in those last two pictures you'll see that I look like crap, and I just got back from a bowling match, and so did my friend Eric on the left, who we brought with us, and it just required a lot of time and a lot of hard scheduling and a lot of arguments to make it work with my bowling schedule, but it was one of the greatest experiences I had, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, and it's definitely a defining moment for me and got me most involved in ag, probably more than any of the other CDs would. So that was a big turning point for me. And I would get rewarded. You see here is the little note from the meeting that says that I received the outstanding green hand, which is freshman in ag of the quarter. Yeah, this was all in one quarter. And I got it for, participating in soil judging, Parley Pro, helping with the wine dinner, getting all these activity points. And so I did get rewarded, and that actually, that announcement and stuff, it meant a lot to me. So that kept me coming back. I like being significant, so they got me hooked pretty quick. And then the second quarter, the end of the second quarter and the beginning of the third quarter, which is around the holidays, so we're not in school a lot, but it would roll around, and there would be some FFA meetings, which is what you see me doing in the first picture. I would say before and after at the FFA meeting, so I can help out any way I can. And then in the second picture, you can see me in the far left corner. This is during our fruit sale pickup. I was the only girl out there helping unload the truck, so, but I'm tough, so it'll be okay. And that's basically what went on for the remainder of the second quarter and the beginning of the third. And they would not let my work go unacknowledged because they know I like to be recognized. In the beginning of the third quarter, this is our green hand ceremony, which is where we celebrate our freshmen. And I was given the most prestigious and honorable award, which was the Presidential Award. And this is where, they had done it before, but this is where they really started to set me up for bigger things in the XFA, for leadership roles, for being good at those kinds of runnings, This is where they first set me up with the idea that I could run for office and actually get it, that I could do all these things and I could actually get it. This is where they started instilling in me that I need to do those things. That's where this started. And then I would finish off the quarter in the CDEs of public speaking and job interviews. And we all knew I was going to be fantastic at public speaking because as a freshman you have to recite the creed. And if you guys followed up with my vlog channel, I didn't know it very well. So I got 6 out of 8, which, isn't good, but could be worse, obviously. And then this is my congratulatory note on my first place showing at county job interview, which Mr. Fleischer, my ag advisor, had prepped me extensively for because he thought I could be the one that would do really well at it. And what do you know, I did. And this also would set me up with the belief that, I could interview really well when it would come to things within the FFA or whatever. And this is when I started to be picked out of the rest of the group as the one that would be, star shine of the freshmen. And it meant a lot. And unfortunately, the only conflict that could have possibly happened was my bowling team, and it did happen. And at the worst possible time. The only conflict I really had all year was at the next level of job interview contest. I couldn't go because it was parents' night for bowling, which was very important to my family, and family comes first. But still, it was a big showing at job interview, especially for a freshman. And I had shown that in CDEs I could be good with very little, time, and I was still showing that even in the third quarter. And then in the spring come the judging CDE, so that would be like livestock judging, cattle, those kinds of animal judging, really. And I had no experience with animals whatsoever, and the people that would be judging these things would be thoroughly experienced. But I did have a chance at meat judging, because all you had to do was practice and study and practice and study, and the goal was to, by your senior year, have placed in state. So you study your freshman, sophomore, and junior. Those are practice rounds. You just want to, by your senior year, make it. And this picture is of two of the people I meat judged with, Thomas on the left, Ian on the right. And this was the first judging contest I went to. And we would get the results later, and we would find out that I got 16 out of like 40 cuts right on my first time, and got a 400 score, and scored like 30 out of 80 people, I think, which is really good for a first time. He said, our meat judging coach, that he had never seen someone get that many cuts right on their first try. So they're expecting a lot out of me for state, and I think I can really do it. And I just want to impress them, continue to impress them, and that's looking like how it's going so far. So, good. And this is finally our most recent ag event, which is the Agri-Science Fair, which is like a science fair, but you have to do it on an ag subject. And this is me and my friend Helen, and we both advanced to state with our projects, which was really cool for both of us. And it was really exciting because I'm not really a science fan, so I got to succeed in this part of the FFA too, and it meant a lot. So that's how my FFA journey started. It took a lot of time, a lot of scheduling, a lot of trying, a lot of studying, and I like to think that I impressed everyone in everything that I did. And all of that, though, is for naught without the FFA office. Because the reality is that I'm not going to be a farmer. I'm not going to, be a professional meat, whatever, certificate or whatever. I'm not going to do that. I'm in FFA for the leadership. I might be an accountant, and I could do that with ag-related things. I might be a journalist, and this ag could help. I might be a scientist. Ag could help. But the colleges that I want to go to with the things I'm most likely going to do when I'm older, this program means nothing for me without the leadership aspect. And that's what I've had to push with my parents and everyone else who's been against this, is that it will stand for leadership on my resume when I'm applying to that college and that job. That's one of the reasons I got so involved into it. And without that leadership, that office to show for, all of that was nothing. If you guys want to see the video where I explain, what's going on, I'll post it over here, and I have the link in the description. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later.